Okay, hello everybody. This is my third take of our iAd tutorial, and this is just Apple iAd advertisement banner in Xcode. And this is not AdMob, but I think I am going to do a tutorial about AdMob, but not in this video. So let's get started. Okay, so single view application, I'm just going to call it iAd in the iPhone, and yeah. So iAd is provided by Apple, and it's almost no coding involved. There is a tiny bit, but not nearly as much as any other advertisements. So it's very simple. I think this is just going to be a few minutes tutorial. Let's get started. So you're just going to do something, and then you have to enable iAds in your iTunes Connect portal, and it'll show live ads, and then you can go over to iad.apple.com to go see how much money you're making off of these ads. So let's get started in our main.storyboard. And you can go and drag in an ad banner. And just for show purposes, I'm going to have a label, and in my multiple takes I've realized that you have to make this very large and many lines. I'm just going to do 20 just in case. I'm going to call it ad status. Sorry. Just if there's an error or if it loads, this is going to show what's going on with the ad. Okay, so what I'm going to do, a couple curly brackets, IB outlet, UI label, ad status. And so we do have to import a framework, so let's go into our project. And we can scroll down with the new Xcode 5, hit plus, and type iAd, and it's iAd.framework. So now you can go into your view controller.h, import iAd-iAd.h, and then we're going to have greater than less sign, greater than and less than sign, and say add banner view delegate. Okay, so that's pretty simple. And what we're going to do in the main.storyboard, click on the view controller itself. I'm going to zoom in a little. Hit this button on the far right, new referencing outlet, and say delegate. Okay, so there's an alternative to this in XIB, but we're doing storyboard right now. Okay, so now into the coding, and this will mostly work if you run it right now, but we're just going to prevent some things, or not prevent, but we're going to work with the label. So you can say banner did fail to receive ad with error, and what we're going to say is ad status, which is our label.text, so the text property. And you usually do this if you're just doing raw text, but we're going to do, instead of raw text, an NS string with format, and you'll see why. So we can say error occurred. Actually, we're not even going to do that. We're going to just say @ %, close it, comma, and then error, which what we see here is the NS error. Oh, whoops. No, you have to do it %, and then @. So this will put in the error right there. And what we're going to say just for our NS log is an error occurred. Read screen for more information. Okay, and this is just for our purposes. And then what we can say is banner, and we can say did load ad. And what we're going to say in the ad status.text, and this is just going to be raw text, is the ad is up and running. Okay, and then what I'm going to say, what I'm going to say in the NS log is an error was fixed or no error occurred. Okay? So this is just for us to see that an error was fixed or that there was no error at all. Okay, we can run this, and if my internet isn't working, which it usually isn't, then it's not going to load the ad, but let's just see what's going on. Okay. So the ad is up and running, yay. So you see an error was fixed or never occurred. You can tap here and you can learn more about iAd. You can contact them, learn features. But it's not going to be like this unless it will be like this on the App Store if you don't hit enable in your iTunes Connect portal. So you want it to show real live ads, so you have to enable that and then upload the new version. Okay, let's see what happens if I go ahead and turn off my wireless. So what we see is, okay, you see it's still there, but it's not able to click because it's not really loaded, and we never told it to hide if it doesn't load. And we see that it couldn't be completed because the inventory isn't available. That's fancy words for saying that you're not connected to internet. And you can hide it, but we're not going to get into that. So you see it's changing, but yeah, that's kind of how you do it. And it's very simple. So thank you for watching. See you next time.